Here with the lovely Marina Sirtis.
They know how to get things started to put me in a good mood.
Absolutely. As we said before, the Sci-Fi Ball is here to raise money for the Teenage Cancer Charity. So the Teenage Cancer
Trust.
That's right, yes. Really worthwhile cause. And if you're not here this weekend, come next year.
Where are you if you're not here?
Exactly. Not here. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, girls.
Just fresh from your talk, and you were bawling at the end of it.
Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot.
Oh well, it's all from the heart. It's all from the heart because people who know me know that I don't sugarcoat things.
Yeah.
You know, I tell it like it is,
Yes.
and that's
Yes.
it. Yeah.
We like your honest truths.
We also went to the Dark Sublime, your resident
you.
Liked it.
We really enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. We loved Ollie being Star Trek fans.
I know, because Ollie was, it was so kind of real, you know, and he was so good, Kwaku, that, and all my friends that went to see it loved him, absolutely loved him, even if they weren't, you know, sci-fi fans or Trekkies,
amazing.
They loved him.
Ollie was a Star Trek fan who got the chance to interview him.
Well, no, he wasn't a Star Trek fan,
sorry,
he was
not
a Dark Sublime fan.
Of course,
That's right.
Yeah, we've got to learn some lines.
But how was it for you playing an actress from a sci-fi show?
Well, that was the reason when I got the script, I called Andrew Keats, the director, and said, well, I have to play this part because it's about an ageing actress who used to be in a sci-fi show and I won't have to do any research. So I can just step right into it. And the fact that, you know, the one thing we did have to kind of talk about, and I got my way in it, well, I think Andrew agreed with me, but I had to make the point that a lot of people coming to the show would have said, well, why does an actress from that era not speak RP, you know, receive pronunciation? And because, like, Jacqueline King did, even though she's from Sunderland, and Sophie Ward did, even though, well, Sophie Ward was posh anyway, so, you know, that was her own accent.
Yeah.
But I said to him, look, I want to do my own accent. Even though actresses from that era, you know, when they were working, spoke RP. And I said, but I never did. To me, it's just another accent. And I do accents.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, I had a bit of a chip on my shoulder about being a Londoner. Because when I went to drama school, it was not acceptable to have a London accent. You could be Northern, you could be Scottish, you could be Irish. But if you were Cockney, they really tried to beat it out of you because of all the accents, it's the only one that actually puts you in that working class box. Because you can get, you know, millionaires up in Yorkshire who went to Harrow, say, but they still have a northern accent, right? And that's acceptable. But London, and of course, as much as we like to pretend that we're not, we're still very class conscious in the UK, and we're talking 40 years ago now, so it was even worse. And there was a whole snobby thing about it that I didn't like. And so I kept my accent and then just made sure that I could do accents. So I kind of insisted that Marianne has a London accent.
We loved it for it. Because,
We know we can't talk about Star Trek Picard, and we know you
Well,
haven't mentioned anything.
No, not a lot. Basically, I'm not. Well, you know, you've seen the trailers, so you see I'm not in a spacesuit. You see I'm not inside. I'm like outside. So it doesn't take a neurosurgeon to work out that I'm a civilian now, you know. And I have a child.
Yes.
And obviously Riker does all the cooking. he's got a pinny on.
And obviously Star Trek Picard isn't the next generation.
No, not in any shape or form.
That was going to be my question. In what ways is it similar and which ways is it totally different?
Well, having talked to Patrick about it, because you know when he decided to do it, I mean he says himself that he went to the meeting to explain to them that he didn't want to do it, that he had no interest in resuscitating the character, and he left the meeting having agreed to do it. And the reason was that they explained kind of the arc of the story of the first season. And it wasn't going to be like TNG. I mean, Gene Roddenberry had this huge belief that there would be no conflict amongst, you know, the regular crew. As an actor, that fills you with terror because conflict is drama. So, you know, you can't go, oh, what am I going to do? And they also said to him that it was going to be more representative of society as it is now. So it's not all hearts and flowers. And when he does finally get on a ship, it's not a Federation ship. And that's all I can say.
Lovely, thank you.
There was a rumour or a story going around that they didn't know that you were wearing a wig and contacts.
No.
Is it true?
Yeah. I mean, thank God I'm nice, and I know people might dispute that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sitting at home thinking, well, when are they going to call me about my hair and my contact lenses? And of course, the call never came. So I thought, well, I better tell them, because of course it's all new people, right? So I called the makeup department. Actually, I think I called one of the producers and said, look, you do know I wore a wig and black contact lenses. What? Because I was off to England to do Dark Sublime, right? So they were like, oh my God, we can't get this done before she leaves. So I said, well, I think I may have them. Actually, Michael Westmore gave me the contact lenses when we wrapped Nemesis, and he said, you keep them just in case, right? Because, you know, little contact lens cases, they would have gone AWOL, you know. And the hairdresser said, the wig was made for your head, you may as well take it. So I didn't really nick it.
No.
Not really. Not that the hairdresser had permission to give it to me or anything, you know.
But whose head would it fit on otherwise?
Exactly. It was made for my head. Yeah.
And have you wore it since?
No. Although it's a really good wig now, actually. Yeah, I was actually thinking the other day when I was doing the red carpet for Picard, I thought, should I put the wig on? Save me a hair. Save me going to the hairdressers.
You speak a lot on the stage when you talk at conventions about some of the disparity and marginalisation that women had working on Star Trek compared to the men. Have you found things have changed much in Hollywood?
No.
Doesn't make us feel better.
No, hasn't changed. It really hasn't changed. You know, I remember Carrie Fisher, when God rest her, when she resuscitated Princess Leia. She was on the Today Show, and the interviewer was saying to her, what you're asking, you know, people are asking me, was it you know, a hard decision to make? And she said, you know, I'm an actress in her 60s, and not exactly chucking scripts at me, and that's what you find. I work much more, you know, touch wood, than a lot of other actresses my age. Probably because I can play different ethnicities. So yeah, I feel lucky in that way. But you know, in Hollywood, you know, you open a script and the leading girl is a nuclear physicist and she's 29, and you go, well, when did she finish college? When she was 12. You know, how did she get? You know, I mean, it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't have to make sense in America because American TV is fantasy. And British television is reality. I don't mean reality shows. I mean, we show people as they are in life. So they don't wake up in the morning with their false eyelashes on and a full face of makeup. I mean, I just did a film, 1,000 Little Cuts, that I was talking about today. And there was one scene where I had to be in bed with my husband. And so I went into makeup and I said, okay, all off. And they were like, what? And I said, all off. Well, no, you just mean your eye makeup, don't you? I said, no, I mean all of it off. You mean even your base? Yeah, all of it off. I mean, they're like, oh, right, and they did it, but you could see they'd never been asked to do it before, ever. So, I mean, at this point in my life, look, I will never, ever in a gazillion years say a word against Star Trek. It made my life, it made my career, it was a privilege to be on that show. It absolutely was. But I do have to come back to England because I'm going to work till I die. This isn't. It's like acting to me is like a vocation. It's not a job. So I want to come where there's roles for me. So yeah, I'm going to come back.
Good.
Coming back to Crouch End.
Can't wait to have you back.
Not telling you where in Crouch End, but it'll definitely be Crouch End.
We're going to stalk it. Marina, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you,
girls.
thank you.
And thank you everyone for joining us and
Thank
watching. And come next year and come and see Marina whenever she's at an event because she's an absolute delight.
Yes.
Thank you guys.